even if you have like disagreements with people in or disagree with something in those kind of positions, you still have to foundationally work together on a day-to-day basis without things like being extremely like not workplace friendly.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
So, yeah.
Okay. Um. Well, I emailed you obviously because we were gonna have that meeting, me, you, and Jalen. So I'll put this as bluntly and as simply as possible because we don't have a lot of time. In my
Uh,
4 years as a police officer, Beric, I have
yeah.
really never met anybody as unprofessional and as hard to work with as Nadia May. And that's the reason Jalen has a problem.
Okay. And like, how unprofessional are we talking? Like what's going on?
Uh, like it's a culmination of problems. Like the reason this started, like this blew up, and I found about it was because she spoke to Jalen and she said, "I hate working with you," which obviously I've just never heard about anybody doing to anybody. So that's when I finally spoke to Jalen and she kind of spilled the beans on everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's anything from one time I had a conversation with an EMS high command about them getting their own radio channel, and then I posted about that conversation. Again, it was just a conversation. There was no decisions. And then I think you were even in that channel where she had like this whole spiel, this whole like 10 paragraph thing about how she was shutting it down, how this was like a fairy tale story of like maybe if we have this fairy tale future of all this kind of stuff. She is, and then about how Jalen basically tried to say, we've got this person that isn't working, they haven't been around for ages. So Natty said, no, that's my diversity hire, which no one's talked about or agreed upon. A big issue that I've had is I work shift 3. Whenever I come around or Jalen comes to me, it's always, we work in the dispatch office. It's a simple thing. Just come around and you say hello and you come work together. Natty just works on her own.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I had concerns about you putting her in the leadership position from the start, but I
Yeah,
was
I mean, to be
like,
honest, the only reason I did, because my full initial plan was just to have you be in charge of dispatch entirely. I just did that so that the other shifts had like, or felt like they had voices, essentially, at the table,
yeah,
and
but I didn't
giving
want to.
people an
I didn't want to
opportunity
like.
to,
I
yeah,
didn't. I thought like I didn't want. I thought I agreed with you. I thought it was just like to make sure that every shift had a thing, and I was
yeah,
like Nadia didn't. Because my issue from the start was when I met with Nadia and I met with Jaden. Jaden was very kind of obviously I'm hearing about Jaden's issues now, but that's a separate issue. But Nadia seems very stuck 5 years in the past. She doesn't want to improve dispatch. She wants to keep it the same. And she doesn't have any goals to improve the place. She shuts everything down. She's not sociable in any kind of manner. She doesn't have any leadership skills. So I kind of left it and was like, okay, maybe she's unexperienced and I'll leave her to it, and maybe over the next couple months she can improve. But if anything, she like devolved, and at this point I think keeping her in that position is a detriment to the department versus anything. And it's really, if she stays there, I'm just being honest with you, Beric, the department's not going to go anywhere because it's just causing I mean, hearing from high command about it is just, me having to hear from high command about all these problems is
yeah.
point proven that there is way too many issues coming from that. And obviously, I'm now hearing that Jaden's got her own issues that Nadia has apparently been telling you guys about, but I haven't been hearing about, which is a problem in and of itself. Like when I approached Nadia about it, she was saying, yeah, I've got all these complaints about Jaden, but she hadn't told me anything. So this is all news to me. So yeah, it's just like coming out of nowhere for me. I'm getting blindsided by all of it. So
What if you were just in charge of dispatch? What if we just moved you up one echelon and then gonna let you feel things out and figure it out from there?
From
Do
what
your
you've
own
heard,
thing.
is Jalen just causing problems? Because, like I said, up until this email from Ruby, I hadn't heard any of this. Ruby said she's handcuffing cops. She's like berating them on the radio.
Yeah, I mean,
This is all.
she's generally like a very negative person. So,
That's
I
like
mean,
me and her. Like sometimes we have like disagreements, but that's completely news. The only time I've seen it is like one time with Jack Voss in a meeting, but other than that, I haven't seen any of that. So it's like, but I trust you. If you guys are thinking like, if that's what you've got from that information, I
we don't
think.
really want to get rid of them per se, but there needs to be some kind of order, and there's just like there's not, which is why like I don't know. I'm 100% leaning in the direction. Just if you're willing and want to, just like giving you full reins and just letting you go at it and figure out what the best way to move forward is, because we're finally at like a very good place where like PD morale is actually good, and we're not gonna let anything sacrifice that or taint that.
Yeah. So. Okay. Yeah. Listen, I'll happily do it. I will happily do it. It's not something I've wanted to do because obviously me and Jalen were obviously having the discussion about, how we were going to go forward about the leadership kind of thing. And so it's very disappointing to hear from Ruby about all this stuff, especially Ruby said that she's been going around saying that telling everybody that me and her are trying to get Nadia fired, which don't get me wrong, is what we were going to talk to you about, right? About getting her removed from her position, but that was supposed to be a private matter. So the fact that she's going around like being unprofessional about it has really disappointed me. So my conscience about saying yes to this has kind of gone out the window. So sure, let's move ahead and do that, because I think we need to just go ahead and move forward here. So yeah, let's do that. Let's get the brakes off and get dispatch actually moving in a positive direction.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna talk to Ruby about it, and the rest of high command, and we'll get it finalized and done with. And if you want to replace somebody, we'll let you figure it out.
All right. Thank you, Bert. Just we'll finalize everything over emails, okay? Just to save. Yeah. All right. Cheers, mate.
Gotcha.
Well, we got there in the end. He's like Barrack and Medical is that. Yeah, I mean, he had the same thoughts about the whole PD morale thing that I did, which was like basically PD morale's up good. Dispatch morale is like non-existent right now. Like they just don't want anything stepping in their way, and like dispatch driver is just like, why is this even happening? Okay. Yeah, I don't think Jaden's gonna be happy, I'll be honest. She's got a PD application in anyway. But yeah, Doc's not happy. Hey. Any ATC?
Can you... Yeah, ATC. If you can check it every once in a while, please.
I will, but I'm
one.
about to head off duty, I'll be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you're good. Oh, I gotta go.
All right. Let's yeah, let's drive a little bit. Let's drop some shit off. Yeah, it's not my favorite thing to do in the world, but It does 100% need to be nipped in the bud. Uh-oh. Our phone's nearly dead. Okay, we need to go get a phone. Hey, Maeva.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
All right. So okay, I'm glad I caught you. I wasn't sure if you would be around or not, but um, I wanted to chat with you quick.
Hello?
I know you've been, busy and away.
Yeah.
Which is do your thing, but dispatch has been kind of a interesting experience, we'll say.
In
Um,
what way?
so I mean, I told you about the thing with
The
Nadia.
hell?
Um, and I had a session with Malachi yesterday that was like 5 hours. Um,
Jesus.
and Jadlin and Nadia were present for like the latter half of it.
Oh, no.
And basically, Nadia was actually present for most of it. But basically, the entire time, nobody talked to anybody. I wasn't actually taught anything. Like Malachi barely spoke to me. There was like weird toxic hostile comments, not necessarily directed at each other surprisingly, but like at PD officers and everything. And it's just I don't know. Like look, Dark, I'm really grateful for the sessions that we've had because like you've actually taught me stuff and I feel like I'm actually learning and improving and doing things. And I'm really patient about, things like growing departments and, growing pains and stuff like that. But like at this point, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to apply for the PD because I don't think I'm going to get anywhere anytime soon. And even if I do, Nadia and Jadlin are kind of horrendous. And Malachi is basically mini Nadia. And I mean, he's nicer, but at the same time is. And I didn't want it to like be a surprise to you if I did put it in an application because I know like we talked about me working for dispatch and stuff, and I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry, I just dumped a lot of you at once.
No, that's, Jesus, someone just crashed into me. No, no, I'm fine. It wasn't very fast. I'm sorry to hear that. That doesn't sound very nice. Okay, what? This was yesterday?
Yeah. Oh, also, Jalen said you didn't write up my training sessions that I did with you, which I don't really care about, but that means they don't count according to Jalen. So.
Okay.
It's like at this point I feel like it's gonna be at least a month, if not two, before I'm even like solo, let alone a full dispatcher, and I'm here every day, like, and I put in my availability every week. I say I'm willing to go outside my availability with notice, and out of like the 4 weeks I've provided my availability in the little email chain we have for that, I've gotten a response like once. And you've gone out of your way to do stuff which I appreciate, but nobody else has. And it's like I'm getting like maybe a session a week, and I'm just I have nothing to do with my time. I'm not being used. I can't do anything, and like I'm here. I want to work.
Yeah. I completely. I get that. I think the issue is, unfortunately, is well, I can't talk on what happened with your session yesterday. I'll be honest. The issue is with our shift. I guess the only other people. I mean, the the only active person. I mean, if you can call me active, is me. Then the only other FTO, who I don't even know is an actual FTO, is Ezra, but they haven't been around much. So the issue is I'm the only person. Obviously, I haven't been around for the past like week and a half. So, like, yeah, I get it, Maeve. I do. Obviously, with that, what happened yesterday, I understand. I don't blame you for nothing. I really don't. I can't sit here and say, oh, but this department is good, and we've you know, I think you're making a mistake or anything like that. I can't really say that. I'm not going to try and convince you out of it, because I don't think I'd be doing you a service, because I can't promise you that it's going to be like perfect or change in a short time. So listen, I think whatever you do, whether you stay as a dispatcher or whether you apply for PD, it's completely up to you. And I think you do great whatever you stick with. I'll be honest, and I'm just sorry that it's come to this.
No, I appreciate that. I didn't want you to think like I didn't want it to come out of left field for once, but I didn't want you to think that I was like knocking you or anything, because honestly, you're the only positive experiences I've had with this patch. And like I'm really grateful for, you know, the training and stuff you've given, because it's been wonderful. But like, you know, one person isn't enough to save a whole department, unfortunately. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Jadelyn is fucking on one at all times. Nadia is toxic and gaslighting people or just not talking to people. Malachi is friendly, but he only made an effort to reach out and take me after Cassidy talked to him, because Viv talked to Cassidy, because I was like, Viv, I don't know what to do. I'm here every day. And like she, you know, I told her like what was going on, and she talked to Cassidy and was like, you know, we'll talk to High Command. And Cassidy had to go out to Malachi and be like, you need to train your dispatchers, and that's the only reason I got a session yesterday.
Okay. Yeah. It ain't been good. I completely agree with you. It's been kind of a sham. Yeah. I appreciate you letting me know, and I appreciate you know, at least letting me know that it hasn't been me.
Yeah,
But I'm not
absolutely
gonna like absolve myself of responsibility. Though, to be honest, but just let me know whatever you want to do. I'll support you whatever you want to do. Whether that's PD, I'll put a good word in, or you know, whatever you want to do. Just let me know, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
I won't keep you any longer. Be safe.
Okay. Okay. You took care of my.
Yeah, you too.
All right. Bye-bye. And we lost a good one. Fantastic. What a good song to come on. God damn it. Well, we'll see. Yeah. We'll see what happens. But if Dark does get places head dispatcher, then we're doing a full we're doing a fresh start, I'll be honest. Jadelyn, I don't know what the fuck we're doing with Jadelyn, because this is holy shit, it's like, I don't know what it's like. I'm trying to give an analogy. It's like, you know those memes of the chihuahuas that are like really like sweet to you, and then to everybody else they're like just like, you know, those little like horrible dogs, you know, like that those kind of things. That's what it feels like for Dark. It's like, Jaden's so nice. What do you mean? It's like kindergarten. Yeah, 100%. Is it toxicity? Yeah, 100% the toxicity is spreading. Malachi, okay, Nadia is... Dark's gonna fire Nadia, I'll be honest. But already Doc's like, is High Command gonna be like, nope, don't do that? But it wouldn't surprise me if she just leaves anyway, if she resigns. But she's applied for PD anyway. It's like both of them applied for PD. Anyway, so Nadia's getting, we're gonna, if Doc gets appointed, step one, Nadia's gone. Malachi doesn't sound like amazing. Doc doesn't know Malachi, so he doesn't want to like do too much like guilty by association. So we might have to like meet Malachi and like sit down and be like, okay, let's do this. Jalen, we're gonna have a proper sit down with Jalen and be like, okay, what the fuck? Just let's get back to basics, please. I don't want to be. It's gonna have to go from colleague to boss. Gonna have to go from colleague to boss mode. But it sounds like she's on thin ice from High Command already. I don't know. Ground up, yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I'm glad we got that conversation done. I wish we could. I definitely want to have a conversation with Ruby eventually. I would love to. Now that we've had a conversation with Beric, I wouldn't have a problem with talking about any members of High Command about it. I think, like, I didn't want to talk to any of the High Command before I spoke to Beric, because Beric was obviously the person who had pointed us in the first place, and I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. But now we've done it and it's out the way, and maybe once it's over and done with, but like it just feels like we've been scraping up the scraps and playing whack-a-mole up until now. Like I want to feel like we were at the start. Like I haven't touched this book. I haven't touched this book. I'll be honest. Since you know when I stopped. This is when I stopped. That's funny. That's actually so funny. The conversation we had with Dion, which was the same thing when Nadia then just went on that whole like email thing and just shut it down. That was the first time it happened. I want to get back to just being like pumped about it, you know, and just like making it something special and not having nobody slow us down. That's what I want to do. They allow dispatchers to apply for officer now. They do, yeah. But not like as a stepping stone, but I think I don't know. I don't know what the fuck exceptions were made. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out today. I'm gonna go home and eat some food there, because I'm hungry. So I will see you guys. What day is it tomorrow? I'm going to meet my mom in the morning for a coffee, but then I'll be live a little bit later. But I'm probably gonna try and meet her early, so I should be live around 10ish, 10:30 tomorrow. That's BST, British Summertime. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you all. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.